what brings us all together. It's also at the heart of some of the world's biggest challenges as our agri-food systems continue to push the limits of our planet. But in the midst of these problems, we see a new generation of passionate entrepreneurs pushing back. At GROW, we're joining with them to cook up novel solutions and chart new pathways from farm to fork to our collective futures. Backed by AgFunder, we are an accelerator and ecosystem catalyst specializing in agri-food technology. GROW is perfectly placed in Singapore to be your gateway to Asia and fulfill your appetite for global growth. So whether you're building the answer to global food wastage, designing supply chain solutions, enabling communities of smallholder farmers, or planting the next superfood, GROW is here to fast-track your success. Join us today, and let's write the recipe for a resilient and sustainable agri-food system for generations to come.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the GROW Impact Accelerator Demo Day 2021. My name is Joshua Su, CEO of GROW, and thank you for joining us live today and in the overflow, and those tuning in virtually. We have an exciting lineup for you so that today you can lean into the future technologies across our agriculture and food value chain. I believe that we all have a passion that satisfies a hunger in this world. And so as Southeast Asia's first impact accelerator dedicated to Agrifoodtech, we support founders to bring their passion to meet the hunger needs in their home and international markets. So be it the hunger by consumers for the latest food products, reflecting the current trends, or a corporate's interest in digital and smart farming, or a smallholder farmer's quest for a better future. At GROW, we believe that impact and commerce are not at odds with each other. But that's how we need to do business in our sector moving forward. And so we've been very conscious in choosing ventures that were highly investable, but had impact that could be attributed, quantified, and valued. And so we're investing in founders that can bring to bear their amazing excellence and technologies so that they can meet our shifting demands of living on this planet. Today we showcase an incredible group of entrepreneurs, but to get here was both competitive and demanding. Competitive because we screened through close to 500 applications from 58 countries, with diverse solutions spanning the whole agri-food system. In the end, we selected 9 startups from Cohort 1 and 10 for Cohort 2, hailing from 11 different countries. What can I tell you about these group of founders? Well, they're an eclectic bunch. Most of them are repeat founders, half women founders, a few restaurateurs, doctors, PhD holders, and even one yacht captain. The process was demanding because we put them through 5 intensive months of acceleration. We were purposeful in the way we introduced and connected them to our network, focused with the one-on-one coachings over Zoom. We had thought-provoking sessions with mentors. They sat through countless group sessions on impact and sustainability, and several rounds of pitch practices to get them ready, investor ready for today. It is challenging, but without pressure, you can't make diamonds, right? So to all the teams, we are very proud that you stuck at it. Congratulations on what you have accomplished, and we hope that today's demo day will be another beginning of your ascent to your vision. Today, you'll hear from both our 2021 cohort who've just completed the program, as well as from our inaugural 2020 cohort. For Cohort 1, you'll also hear about updates and the traction they've achieved since completing the GROW program about 12 months ago. In addition to investment, they are looking for partnerships in manufacturing, channels and distribution, and even commercial trials. At this point, I'd like to say a few thank yous to a few people and organizations who have supported both the success of the program and the 10 teams. Thank you to our outreach partners who from day one was there to spread the news to all startups around the world. We've got AgFunder News, Tech for Impact, KR Asia, Austrade, Edmonton Global, Catalonia Trade and Investment. To our program partners, GROW Asia and UNDP, AVPN and Tonic, for sharing their knowledge during the Impact Investor sessions. Our mentors, for sharing their time, knowledge, and passion with teams over the last 20 weeks. And of course, Enterprise Singapore, for your continued support for GROW's vision for Agrifoodtech in Singapore and Asia. Enough from me. I'll now like to pass it over to John Friedman, the Executive Director of AgFunder Asia, who will share with you the thesis behind our program and also the approach in which we took behind the GROW Impact Fund.
All right, thanks very much, Josh, and thanks again to all of you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, the time to revolutionize our food system is now. Consider there has never been a point in history when we've produced so much food, and yet every day over 800 million people across the planet go hungry. By 2050, in order to meet the demands of a rising population, we'll need to increase our global food production by over 50%, yet we've already lost 1/3 of the planet's arable land in the past 40 years due to soil degradation and the impact of climate change. There is an urgent need for innovation right across the value chain of food, a need to transform how we produce, how we package, how we distribute, and ultimately consume our food. Corporations are recognizing it, consumers are demanding it, and our very existence depends on it. As the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change recently published, our planet is in a dire state of affairs. At this point, it's practically a foregone conclusion that by 2030, the Earth's temperature will be 1.5 degrees warmer. It is also widely acknowledged that current agricultural practices are a significant contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions, by some estimates, up to 20%. And if we do nothing to change our ways, it won't just be 1.5. It'll be 2, 3, perhaps even 4 degrees warmer, and the ramifications of that increase will be devastating for both people and planet. At AgFunder, we believe that when you combine breakthrough technologies with targeted investment and support, together we can play a material role in effecting rapid and positive change in our global food system. As venture capitalists, we look for commercial opportunities that arise from investing in solutions to address society's biggest challenges. And as an agri-food tech investor, we recognize the enormous convergence between the challenges of the industry and opportunities to advance a more sustainable future for all. The companies you'll hear from today are solving problems that we believe have the biggest potential for social and environmental return, combined with business models that will also generate a solid investment return. Over the past 5 months, we've worked with these teams to align their solutions to clearly defined impact objectives using a blueprint established by the UN Sustainable Development Goals to put in place a framework for measurement and reporting. In doing so, we guide our portfolio companies towards a dual imperative of commercial and impact growth, with well-articulated metrics for stakeholder engagement. We're investing in these teams because we believe they have the power to drive positive and tangible transformation across the global agri-food system and do so at significant scale. It is my hope that many of you in the audience tonight or joining us online will join us in this mission. Now, without further ado, I'd like to invite Venture Associate John Ho and later our Head of Accelerator Operations, Vander Nadal, to introduce the teams today. Thanks again.
Thanks, John. As I'm sure you all know, alternative protein has become one of the hottest segments in the agri-food tech investment world, and for good reason. Whether it's to meet consumer demand for a more environmentally and ethically sustainable source of protein, or simply looking to cash in on a market that's expected to grow 10x in the next 10 years. Alt protein is no longer the next big thing. It's here, and it is huge. From plant-based to cell-based and everything in between, over $3 billion was funneled into alt protein companies last year. That's 3 times the investment of the year before. Here to increase that number even further are some exciting teams from opposite ends of the globe, creating waves in this fast-growing sector.
Hi everyone, my My name is Helga, co-founder and CEO of Green Rebel.
And I'm Max, co-founder and the Chief Innovation Officer.
As everyone here knows, plant-based protein has taken the world by storm for the right reasons. Unfortunately, adoption in Asia has been quite low because of two things: affordability and lack of options. At Green Rebel, we are democratizing plant-based meats with affordable and authentically Asian plant-based beef and chicken products. Our price is 40% lower than the leading Western brands and 20% lower than the imported Asian brands in Indonesia. We are the pioneer in Southeast Asia's largest consumer market with a vision to be the #1 Asian-flavored plant-based meat globally. We'll do that by innovating whole-cut plant-based meat, the format used widely in Asian cooking, making clean label products, and having the ability to customize. In the past 1 year, we have sold more than 100,000 packs of products with $500K revenue, despite multiple COVID lockdowns. We have also built a pipeline of clients in Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines to score another 500K sales by the end of the year. In terms of product reach, we have partnered up with more than 750 food service outlets and 100 retailers. Our beefless selections are available at all 460 Starbucks outlets nationwide. Green Rebel Steak is available in the 3 largest steakhouse brands in Indonesia, which combined have more than 100 outlets. We have also developed custom-made products for IKEA and Domino's, which will be soon available across the country.
So we have a wide range of products which can be divided into 3 main categories. The first one is chicken alternative. Made from non-GMO soy, the product ranges from the base meat such as chicken fillet to flavored products such as chicken katsu, karagi, and satay. The combination of ingredients and also the proprietary arts that we use here deliver an unbelievably similar experience to eating chicken breast. Secondly is our beef alternative. Made from shiitake mushroom, spanning from beefless steak and chunks as the base meats to flavored products such as rendang and satay. We have developed a novel process to create a fibrous meat texture from mushroom, and this is the distinctive and we believe the superior element of our beef alternatives. The third category is veggie protein, designed for whole food enthusiasts, vegetarians, and vegans. On the horizon, our R&D team is developing a plant-based cheddar block. The firm, meltable, sliceable, grateable, with a rich milky aroma that will go really well in dishes like pizza, grilled cheese sandwich, mac and cheese, and other menus.
Taste and traction are all important, but environmental impact is really at the heart of what we do. On this slide, you can see the natural resources we have saved within 1 year, such as greenhouse gas emission, water use, and land use. We are now raising our Series A to bring Green Rebel to the next stage of growth, which is regional expansion to 10 countries. The investment proceeds will be used to build a 5,000 square meter production facility, strengthen our R&D and business development in new markets. This investment will help us grow from 900K yearly revenue to 10 million in the next 2 years and enter new markets such as Thailand, Japan, Australia, and Middle East. So, thank you so much for your time. At Green Rebel, we're on a mission to nourish people and the planet one delicious Asian plant-based meal at a time.
If our mission resonates with you, let's connect.
I'm Illrid Dunsford, CEO of Cellular Agriculture Limited, and I'd like to introduce our technology platform that'll dramatically reduce operational costs, allowing cultured meat to be on the shelves of your local stores and accessible to all. We design factories, the bioreactors, the tanks, the pumps, the filtration units, and the 14 kilometres of associated pipework. And we're already working with cultured meat companies to validate our technology in order to enable large-scale cultured protein production. The cultured meat industry predominantly repurposes technology from the biomedical field. However, we design bioprocess specifically for the culturing of cells for food. And here you see our first modular system, a hollow fibre membrane bioreactor that mimics the human body's vascular system, allowing nutrients to be targeted directly at the cells. A system that was displayed at Nemo Science Museum in 2019 and was the first technology for this industry to ever be demonstrated publicly. And the industry itself has come a long way since that first burger in 2013, with significant cost reductions to deliver the first regulated food product in December of last year. Our ambition is to deliver platform technology that delivers parity, enabling the industry to feed everyone on the planet. Our reactor offers the largest cell densities of any system. Essentially, we can produce more cells in a smaller space. And here we see a visual representation of how our factory footprint compares to incumbent technology. Our current system represents a 3,000 time reduction in footprint to the technology used for that first burger, and a 300 time reduction in comparison to incumbent stir tank technology used by pioneer cultured meat companies. However, our theoretical values show we can reach a 1,000 time reduction, and it's a target we're aiming to hit in the coming months. But why exactly is this footprint reduction important? Well, it translates to reductions in materials, which equate to a reduction in capital expenditure of over 50%, which is significant when we consider that large-scale bioprocess facilities for the industry are forecast in the $300 million range. The reduced labour and utility costs for smaller systems deliver an operational cost reduction of 70%. However, when we consider the wider bioprocess efficiencies to come from recycling and valorisation, we can deliver a forecast operational cost reduction of 98%. That isn't all. Our work to date shows we can deliver real impact, with a significant forecast reduction in comparison to livestock production, and with relevance to 7 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Ambition is critical. We're targeting technology at industrial scale and not the niche. We're engineers, and what we target is the licensing opportunity that a mature industry offers. 2021 sees a step change from fundamental research to focus on scaling. We have a runway for the next 18 months to finalise our technology and to secure IP. The engineering exercise of scaling is already costed at each step, and we're looking to raise 8 million in Q3 2022. And we're not tackling this scaling challenge alone. We take a value chain approach, and it's by working with partners that we've delivered techno-economic modelling, and we draw on the incumbent food industry to support and inform our bioprocess design to deliver a platform technology which interfaces with current food processing, making it fit for purpose. We're on the cusp of changing how this industry works, and we're now looking for investors and value chain partners to join us on our journey of scaling technology to reach price parity. And if it interests you, please do get in touch. I'll conclude with an industry view, and thank you for your time.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt and I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Future Fields. Future Fields makes cost-effective, sustainable, and food-safe growth factors for cellular agriculture. So growth factors are the most expensive inputs in the entire production process. They're absolutely indispensable, and using current options on the market, they comprise somewhere between 80 and 90% of all production costs. And that's because existing production systems are too inefficient, require costly bioreactors, and are incredibly unsustainable. Growth factors remain one of the biggest pain points in the industry, And using our patent-pending EndoEngine platform, we've solved this problem. The EndoEngine is a first-of-its-kind insect-based expression platform that utilizes the common fruit fly to produce any growth factor for exponentially cheaper. Fruit flies are just much more economical to rear, so our production costs are much, much lower. We currently offer one of the lowest prices on the market for our FGF2 growth factor. They're also a highly scalable system, which allows us to achieve unprecedented scale that CellAg requires. We can currently produce enough FGF2 for about 10,000 liters of growth media every month, and we're on track to hit 2.5 million liters per month within 5 years. And our system is incredibly efficient, which gives us the most sustainable expression system on the planet, something that is extremely important for the CellAg industry. Ultimately, our goal is to develop a completely net zero system at scale, and we're confident that we can do that. So we participated in the inaugural GROW cohort back in the fall of 2019. And at the time, we were a very young company, and as founders, we were actually just starting our transition into working on the company full time. And since then, a lot has changed. We raised our seed round of 2.2 million last summer, and with that, our team has grown from 3 founders to 20 people. We've also built out our own 14,000 square foot food grade production facility in the heart of Edmonton, Canada, where we're located. And we've launched and fully validated our platform with 2 different growth factor products, which we've shipped to over 30 companies all around the world, with a number of these groups having fully deployed our growth factors into their production cultures. And most importantly, we've shown that time and time again, our growth factor products are superior to the competition. This shows the performance of our first growth factor product, FGF2 in yellow, relative to our competitors shown in blue, something that we've seen time and time again in our customer trials. And this is an overview of our product roadmap with all the different growth factors that we're currently working on. So we currently have FGF2 and transferrin launched and available. We'll also have our albumin product ready before the end of the quarter, prolactin and insulin before the end of the year, and a large number of different products in the works for 2022. So what's next for Future Fields? Right now, our focus continues to be on product development, expanding our production capacity, growing our team, and continuing to lead growth factor production in the CellAg industry. We're currently gearing up for our Series A fundraise, which we anticipate to happen sometime early in the new year. So if you're excited about what we're doing here at Future Fields and the CellAg industry, don't hesitate to reach out by email shown here. Thanks so much for your attention, and a special thank you to the GROW team for believing in us and for the continued support. Can't wait to come back to Singapore. Thanks very much.
Agriculture is an old trade, one of the oldest in fact. As the world industrialized and evolved each century, so has this crucial industry. Today, that imperative for transformation is no different. In the face of huge economic and climate-related problems, agriculture companies around the world are looking to evolve yet again to meet the need of today's and tomorrow's food system. We need to find new ways and new places to farm without the harmful techniques that displace people or deforest the planet. Here are some innovative farmland and farm sea solutions addressing these challenges. Over to you, teams.
Hi everyone, I'm Arif, CEO and co-founder of Braintree Technologies, the robotic farming company of the future. It is well known that in 2050, we will need to increase our global food production by more than 50%. The challenge is, how do we do this without deforesting more land or increasing our carbon footprint? Somehow we need to find new spaces to farm and become more efficient with our existing practices. Fortunately, there are opportunities to achieve both, opportunities that look like this. In Malaysia, the Department of Agriculture has identified over 100,000 hectares of unattended lands and with a global estimate of 5 million hectares. That's our first space to play in. Our farming as a service model helps landowners earn extra income from their unattended land, just like Airbnb does for underutilized properties. They invest capital into building the farm, we build and run the farm with our robots, sell the produce, and we both share the profits. Our second business model is robot as a service. We know that one of the largest problems for farm owners in Asia is inconsistency of foreign labors. There's time spent on onboarding, upskilling, managing them, not to mention finding workers in the first place. To solve this, we provide our robot as a consistent and reliable workforce. That also comes with an AI agronomist on board. Today, both services supply two types of robots. Our spray bot can do crop scouting and identifies pests and diseases accurately. Then it can recommend different pesticides and spray with perfect coverage to provide a complete crop protection solution. We also have our picker bot currently tested with chilies and averaging a 90% perception rate. For FAST right now, we are working with 3 farms with a total of 10 acres, and we will be onboarding more landowners, and the target for next year is to reach 40 acres. By 2023, we plan to grow to 200 acres and be the biggest chili grower in Malaysia. And by 2024, 1,000 acres and be the biggest chili grower in Southeast Asia. For us, this year, we are focusing on commercializing our robots and have some exciting pilots going on with Felda, Malaysia's biggest plantation company. And already we have an LOI to supply them with 40 robots next year. As a whole, Southeast Asia has 1 million hectares of unattended land. If we capture 10% of this, it is a $2 billion market. And we have a team that can make this happen. Prior to starting Braintree, I was a senior device engineer at AMD in Toronto, and the rest of our team bring deep engineering experience from leading aerospace, fintech, and public infrastructure companies. We are supported by an advisory board, including the ex-CEO of Malaysian Palm Oil Association and the former CMO and VP of Lazada Group. We are already backed by a great group of investors, including 500 Startups, AgFunder, and Petronas Ventures. We are now on the lookout for $3 million USD to help us scale manufacturing for high volume production, complete R&D of our oil pump robot, and expand our fast business. We want to put robots on your land, not to replace the farmers, but to enable everyone to be a farmer. This way, we can put food on your table and your children and grandchildren's table. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Simon Davis, the founder and CEO of Seadling, the world's fastest growing seaweed biotech company. Seaweed is really hot right now, and there's no surprise why. More than 10,000 species, it's sustainable and can be scaled to any ocean. The market size is already significant, and it's about to take off as seaweed enters new markets like what we're doing with animal feed, and whole new sectors are created, such as carbon capture and methane reduction. Now here's the thing. 99% of the world's seaweed is farmed in Asia. The coming boom will happen here in this region where there already are millions of existing farmers. The tragedy, however, is that these farmers currently use poor quality seed material, whatever they've got lying around. Imagine the leap forward that will happen simply by putting better quality seed in their hands. At Seadling, we're taking the advances of land agriculture and applying it to the ocean. With our technology, we can grow crops faster with greater yields, greater reliability, and make better products. To do this, we use a distributed farming model. We supply our high-growth seedlings to farming communities, monitor the crop, and then use the harvest to make our products. This gives us full control of the value chain all the way from the seedling to the finished product without the risk of farming ourselves. We're the first in the world to do this. Our first product was a fermented gut health supplement for the pet feed industry. We started with pilot production of 200 kilos a month at the beginning of this year. We got an overwhelming response and sold out. We've got a customer committed to 20 tons a month for next year and a large corporate trialing our product now. This product has got a 15% gross profit margin at pilot scale and an estimated 40% margin with further scaling. We started with pet feed because we could charge a premium, and we've also got a pipeline of other products for agriculture, aquaculture, humans, and so on. And behind this, we've got a team of talented, passionate scientists with backgrounds in marine biology, molecular biology, and food technology. And we're backed by an advisory board of industry experts with decades of years of experience. Seadling is an impact company. We run training programs funded by the Malaysian government to improve the livelihoods of farmers, especially women. And seaweed has got tremendous environmental benefits, captures carbon, reduces nitrate pollution, and improves marine ecosystems. Our unique advantage is that we are based in the heart of Asia, and we're the first movers in this region to incorporate biotechnology. And we can do high quality R&D at very low cost. There's going to be a number of opportunities in seaweed in the coming years. Knowledge and agility is key. We'll be aggressively scaling our farming to 1 million tonnes a year by the end of this decade. And to do that, we'll be expanding first in Malaysia, into Indonesia next year, and then across the region. We'll be opening our seed investment round in Q4 this year to expand our model for scaling via partnerships next year. Once again, we are Seadling, I'm Simon Davis, and we invite you to join us and ride this growing wave of seaweed.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheng Jie, the CEO and co-founder of Singrow. So we are a total solution provider to grow premium fresh produce with a very affordable price. Incorporated in 2019, Singrow has already achieved more than 2.3 million Singapore dollar revenue, and we have already developed our first franchisee and sold our system to 5 customers. From our online shop, the current average order value is more than 50 Singapore dollar, and we have excess demand for our service. That's why I'm here today, looking for partners and investors to help us scale up faster to meet this increasing demand. Imagine if you can grow the world's best quality service at a very reasonable cost. How big do you think the market would be? This is the combined market size of strawberries in Asia, which is more than 12.5 billion US dollar. And this is the typical strawberry season from top production countries like China, Korea, and Japan, as we can see typically from December to May. In other words, there are about 6 months time every year that there's no good strawberry supply to the market at all. So this is the vacant market worth of more than 10 billion US dollar we are talking about. In order to make it more economically viable to grow strawberries under controlled environment, we have developed a platform technology consists of our proprietary tropical resilient varieties, a fast-growing and energy-saving protocol, and our patented vertical smart farming system. We have gone through a series of lab-scale testing, prototyping, and eventually pilot-scale productions, and have already optimized our solution. What's more, Singrow is not only about strawberries. We have developed a unique molecular breeding scheme to quickly develop new plant varieties, and they are non-GMO. So now we have more than 30 new varieties ready to be introduced to the market. We can also provide our service on tissue culture and precision agriculture service to optimize most of the current urban farming method. And together with our partners, we have developed robotics and AIoT system for farm management. So this is for farm automation. So with this proprietary platform technology, we're adding cherry tomato, saffron, herbs, medical marijuanas, and more to our production pipeline. So currently in the world, there are only 2 companies, including Singrow, that are using indoor farming approach to commercially grow seasonal bearing strawberries. Our direct competitor is from New York City. They are very strong on marketing and PR. However, in terms of the technology, they lack their own varieties or deep knowledge on plant biology side. So although we are small, we have full confidence to outperform them in the long run. Singrow's core team is made up of experienced researchers and scientists, engineers, and business champions. So our deep knowledge on plant biology enable us to solve most of the urban farming challenges from a totally different angles. And our experienced business team ensure us to deliver our franchise plus direct sale model efficiently. Now we're looking for franchisee and partners to bring our model beyond Singapore, and we're raising 15 to 20 million for our Series A round. The money will be used to establish our first farm in Singapore and to develop 8 to 10 franchisees in the region in the next 3 years' time. So, if you are interested, please come to me. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, my name is Evan Hall, CEO and co-founder of Wittaya Aqua. We're super excited to present our update. We wish we could be there in person. Aquaculture is a complex business. Thousands of different inputs and variables affect the success of the industry, and very little to no data are used to determine how products are performing and what's moving the needle and improving efficiency and sustainability in aquaculture. This has resulted in a poor understanding of cause and effect relationships, as well as a huge information asymmetry between the different parts of our sector. Think of the relationships between feed ingredients, farms, and feed mills, for example. This presents a real threat to the long-term success of aquaculture. Our vision is to vastly improve the efficiency and sustainability of aquaculture by providing solutions through the nutritional supply chain to start, and our goal is to be the source of data and analytics for the aquaculture industry. To meet this goal, so far we've developed and launched 2 software products and continue to do work on the cutting edge of developing algorithms, solving some of aquaculture's biggest challenges. 2 of our products are cloud-based software as service solutions, and our bespoke solutions typically are offered on a project basis. AquaOp Farm is a farm management software geared towards collecting and digitizing farm operations. AquaOp Feed is typically for feed and feed ingredient companies, and again represents a major step forward in the digitization of the aquaculture industry and using data to make better decisions. One of the things I'm most proud of is that over the last 3.5 years, we've turned a mere $350,000 in investment into over 1.2 million in sales. Our gross margin and acquisition costs of our software products, as well as services, I think are a testament to the success that we've had since participating in the GROW Accelerator. In terms of traction and who our clients are, we work with SMEs and some of the industry's leading players. And since the GROW Accelerator, we've tripled our revenue in 2020, we're on pace again to double it this year, and now count more than half of our business coming from Southeast Asia. We've built a successful business at this point, and we're really looking to take things to the next level. With that said, we're looking to raise $3 million to scale our product and sales and marketing teams. We have about half of this round filled out with soft commitments currently as of the recording of this in mid-August, but we're right now focusing on getting a term sheet and a lead investor. And lastly, if any of the above hasn't convinced you to invest in Wittaya, this slide should. Our team consists of aquaculturists first, and we have a proven track record of delivering value to our industry and solving its problems using technology and using software that few companies at our stage can match. We're really passionate about aquaculture and are excited to be at the forefront of helping the industry meet its most pressing challenges. If that resonates with you, we'd love to talk. Thank you.
Did you know that of the thousands of edible plant species on this planet, just 15 provide 90% of the world's calorie intake. In fact, just 3, rice, maize, and wheat, make up a full 2/3 of the global diet. Only recently have we really started to appreciate how the practice of monocropping can lead to long-term negative effects on both soil health and biodiversity. In order to responsibly respond to the effects of and also mitigate the increase of climate change, society needs to make a conscious effort to expand our crop basket and the ingredients we select to produce our foods. Our next set of teams are here to show us the way.
Hi, I'm Musab, the co-founder of Biteback, an insect biorefinery company addressing the over $60 billion palm oil market with a healthier, more sustainable alternative. As the most used vegetable oil in the world, palm oil can be found in almost half of all packaged items in supermarkets, from packaged foods to your shampoo. However, companies are facing an increased consumer pressure to move on from this commodity, as it has developed a negative reputation because of the conversion of peatlands and rainforests to make room for its plantations. While the alternatives such as soybean, rapeseed, or sunflower oil need as much as 6 to 10 times the amount of land. That's why at Biteback we are using other sources, namely edible insects, to make this a drop-in replacement for palm and other vegetable oils with no difference in taste, appearance, and texture. The ingredients also work and function as well as conventional oils in the various cooking or production processes. How we are doing this is by developing a patent-pending refining process that allows us to transform extracted fats from insects into functional ingredients for a wide range of industrial applications, from pet care and animal nutrition, personal care and food, to energy. Insects require little feed, water, or land, and produce almost no greenhouse gases. In just 1 year, insects yield almost 40 times more oil than oil palms do use the same amount of land. The species that we use have fatty acid properties that cover what is most available in oil palm with an advantageous combination of high in unsaturated fats and omega-3. Production is also commercially scalable, as we can use biomass from agro-industrial side streams as feedstock. There is so much opportunity for us as edible insects are going mainstream, with the species we use recently being approved as novel food for its application in the form of packaged foods and food ingredients. With more than $400 million invested in the sector last year, the insect market size is expected to be worth almost $5 billion in the next 6 years. Thanks to our technology, we could capture more value by selling a highly fractionated version of the oil directly to the brands, positioning ourselves closer to the end consumer. We have received inquiries for samples and ongoing proof of concepts with global brands and manufacturers. Combined, these companies consume more than 2 million tons of palm oil annually. This is the founding team with a combined strong technical background and extensive experience in R&D and entrepreneurship in the Agrifoodtech space. Previously, I co-founded Indonesia's first indoor vertical farming company and a salad bar chain in Jakarta. My co-founder Ifdol has extensive experience at Indonesian agrochemical giant DGW and previously led the R&D team at my previous company. We already have working products at the lab scale, and the next step is setting up a pilot plant and running trials before starting our commercial launch. We are currently raising $1.2 million seed round, with proceeds being used to expand the proof of concepts with industry customers by setting up a pilot plant and scaling up our R&D and commercial operation by expanding the team and IP development. I want to invite you to join us to get us to scale this solution, so people can diversify their consumption by providing a higher quality alternative to palm oil at the same or even lower cost. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sujala, founder and CEO of Rainfed. We are the first food tech company in the world creating plant proteins from climate-resilient millet grains. The $700 billion dairy market is the first we will target because dairy is the largest category of food driving sales in retail. Many of the current alternatives are loaded with sugars and additives, have no nutrition, and use plants that are monocropped. So we created rain-fed milk, the only plant milk with 7 grams of complete protein per serving, all the vitamins and minerals you find in dairy, made with different varieties of millets. You can drink it, cook it, or pour it in cereal or coffee, and it's delicious. Millets are rain-fed crops, packed with nutrition, climate resilient, grown regeneratively with 3 times less water required for most crops. From sourcing to production, we amplify our impact by addressing the UN Sustainable Development Goals in our business model. Since 2019, we have developed a proprietary process to extract milk from millets, completed product development for 4 different flavors of milk, and created supply chain partnerships. We're currently refining our branding and marketing strategy to launch products in Q4. Milk is just the beginning. We have some exciting products in the pipeline like single serve, creamer, yogurt, and functional ingredients like protein isolates. We are raising our seed round in Q4 to finish commercialization, expand our team, and launch products in Canada. We're looking for investors in the food and ag space and companies interested in licensing our technology for other markets. Our team has over 30 years of experience in the food industry. I grew up eating millets in India. Today, I am a food scientist and an engineer with an extensive background in operations and manufacturing in dairy. My co-founder, Ben, is a leading innovator in product development with prior experience as a chef in Michelin star restaurants and working for leaders in all protein, such as Eat Just. We are on a mission to build a regenerative future of food. So join us. We are Rainfed Foods. Thank you.
Hi everyone, great to be with you virtually. I'm in the UK, Michael is in Australia at the moment.
Hi everybody.
We are just here going to give you a little update on where things are in terms of funding levels across Agrifoodtech globally. We've just dug into the first half of 2021 and the data, and it's been unbelievable investment growth. So already this year, we've seen $23 billion invested across food tech and ag tech startups globally. And that compares to about 30 billion for the whole of last year. So it's been a pretty big half so far. Have you felt that, Michael?
Yeah, it's been amazing, Louisa. I mean, I didn't expect the figure to be quite that high, to be honest. But you know, everyone's been sort of hunkered down in their homes, sort of working away and doing their best. But it's really sort of surprising and quite pleasing actually to see that sort of increase in activity. We've seen some big numbers coming out of obviously markets like China and India and even the US and Europe. But it's really exciting to see that Agrifoodtech is really taking off, and we're just going from strength to strength year to year. So super exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the trends of this half has also been the growing number of companies that have been exiting via SPACs and listing on public markets. So we're really at a sort of maturity point, I think, for the sector as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's sort of been the elephant in the room for Agrifoodtech for so long, is sort of where the exit's going to come from. I think the SPACs have sort of come in, have emerged as a really sort of reasonable and exciting avenue for companies to do that. And we're starting to see a bit more acquisition between startups as well, better funded startups sort of gathering together other technologies that are going to be complementary to their business models. So it's exciting time, and we're seeing an evolution in the space, increased investment. So nothing to complain about, really.
Yeah, and so particularly we've seen in the first half an increased investment in downstream investments. So those are the ones that are closer to the consumer. And last year was actually the first year that upstream investments overtook investment in downstream. Obviously, in a COVID environment, that makes a lot of sense. People were in lockdown, they weren't going out to eat, and for a lot of those technologies were less relevant. However, for the first half, downstream technologies raised $14 billion versus just 4 in the first half of 2020.
Incredible.
Yeah, which is amazing. And one of the breakout sort of categories there is cloud, what we call cloud retail infrastructure, that raised 1.3 billion, and that includes last mile delivery technologies, any infrastructure that a restaurant or a retailer might want to have an online business. So it's a 300% increase on the same half last year.
Yeah, it's incredible, really, but it makes sense. Kind of makes sense, because you think about with COVID, with people thinking about ordering food or having food delivered, you really don't want to be in contact with people. So companies are looking at how do we deal with this? How do we deal with a situation where we can't get workers, or people are reluctant to be interacting with human beings? So the emergence of cloud kitchens, the emergence of automated last mile delivery, digitization of these sort of delivery platforms, I think is inevitable, but it's really been accelerated by COVID. But it's to see that much money come into the space. We invested in a company called Urbi that is doing last mile delivery primarily for Amazon in the US, but that's really helping Amazon to address carbon emissions problems that they had. Electric bike based delivery platform, really hitting it out of the park in the trials that they've done, and we're going to see more and more of this emerging as time goes on. And of course, with the ghost kitchens, being able to prepare food without human engagement, I think is obviously an attractive proposition for restaurants. Being able to do that and do that in a way that is going to allow them to not have any downtime because they can't get a hold of staff, and of course staff being sick or staff spreading diseases like COVID as part of the operations is something that is a nightmare scenario for these guys. So I don't think it's a really surprising outcome.
No, exactly. And what a stat I saw recently was that fast food wages in the US have climbed 10% in the last quarter, which is great. But, I understand across the restaurant industry, I've even noticed it here in the UK, there has been some struggle with supply. So any types of automation that can help, I think, are going to be increasingly relevant. So another category that we always like to track is innovative food, which mostly is your alternative meats, dairies, and so on, continues to gather pace, raised 1.4 billion this half. Still dominated by the US, but quite a bit of diversity.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of innovative foods emerging from Asia. It's already quite active, of course, in the alternative protein space. I think with so many smallholders in emerging markets and in Asia, we're going to start to see as the impacts of climate change start to develop and start to become more intense, we'll see sort of a movement to different types of crops. So different types of crops, different types of ingredients, and different ways of thinking about our food system. So it's again, it's one of those things where we're looking at how do we take this technology and adapt it to different markets? How do we take this technology and help smallholders develop products that are going to be in demand? So understanding what the end markets are evolving into is going to be important. But I don't see any slowdown in that space. I think we're going to continue seeing exciting startups emerging in the area. And of course, with the aging population in Asia, and globally, of course. The desire to be healthier longer is really going to kick in. I think we're going to see a lot more happening in the food as medicine space with novel ingredients and small molecules being developed for human health and added to as ingredients to our everyday foods that we're buying.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that quick, very brief market snapshot. And hopefully, do check out agrifoodtech.com. We're going to be posting some of that first half data soon.
Yeah. Have a great demo day. Good luck to everyone. Break a leg.
At this point, we've heard from a number of teams developing novel solutions in the areas of alt protein, future of farming, and even climate-smart foods. But the challenge of our food system stretches end to end across the value chain. Some of the most overlooked problems in our food system, like food wastage and loss, are the result of major inefficiencies in our supply chain. In fact, every year, we discard 1/3 of all the food produced for human consumption, and that is approximately 1.3 billion tons of food. And if that's not all, the food waste contributes to about 8% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Luckily, we have some great teams tackling these problems in very unique and different ways.
Hi everyone, my name is Anat Natan, CEO and co-founder of ANINA Culinary Art. And today, I'm about to show you the future of food. Life is busy, trust me, I'm a mother of 3. And what do people want when it comes to their meal? To be tasty, healthy, convenient? Is that too much to ask? Instead, ready meals today look like this. If you want convenience and speed, you have it, of course. But if you're looking for any sort of nutritional health benefit, you're out of luck. Or at least you used to be. We offer 100% natural, ready-to-cook milk capsule rich in vegetables and nutrients and made from ugly produce. Each of our capsules contains more than 2 cups of vegetables, which is more than 2/3 of an adult daily recommended requirement. There is also 17 grams of fibers and 20 grams of protein in the dish you see here in front of you. We create a new multi-sensoric food and eating experience. We are driving positive impact on the food system at the same time. 10 tons of our capsules with 100% upcycling produce will save 3.5 tons of dried vegetables. What you're watching here is our 2-step cooking process. In the first step, you just take the capsule, shelf-stable dry, and place it in a bowl with a cup of water, any water. Second step, 8 minutes in the microwave, and that's it. Our patented laminate technology controls how and when the capsule breaks down. So you get a delicious and healthy meal with a fantastic variety of textures and flavor every single time. We have check marks in all the needs. We have taste, checked and tested with several consumers. It's very healthy, convenient, sustainable, and no doubt it is super exciting. At ANINA, we dress food. We upcycle fresh vegetables into a beautiful laminate, which we use to create our capsules. We have a wide range of capsules with ingredients in different shapes and forms from different types of cuisines. And the market opportunity is enormous. Just in the US, the first major market we're launching here, it is at the $52 billion. We see ourselves competing with the shelf-stable and in the frozen and the fresh categories due to the extraordinary value proposition we offer. We are planning to launch in the US in 2022 with a focus on both D2C and brick and mortars, just like Whole Foods and Sprouts. We are members of the AgFounder and the GROW Accelerator, and we also won second place with Nestle in the Sustainability Mass Challenge this year in Switzerland. We have a proof of concept and we aim to go for a wet pilot in the next month. We are now looking to raise our pre-A round starting in Q4 for scale-up and for go-to-market in the US. But in case you're still hungry for more than just that, that's not all. With the same technology, we are here to create nutritional bars, ready to eat, dressed with fruits, and inside, free-flow granola, no binders. Meet our founders. We are a combination of experts in CPG, design, and food. Thank you very much, and I hope we can get cooking together in the future.
Hi, I am Dr. Vaibhav, CEO and co-founder of S4S Technologies India. S4S stands for Science for Society. We are building scientific innovations that can make positive impact to the society. S4S is a full-stack food processing platform. We work with women entrepreneurs using our proprietary solar power technology to make food ingredients, and we sell these food ingredients to food industry as a raw material. Currently, S4S is targeting food ingredient market of India of $240 billion US. Today, we see that food manufacturing and food service industry is struggling to find products which are clean label, standardized and affordable. Also, the current supply chain to supply food ingredients is fragmented. Before a food ingredient reaches to a customer, that is food industry, it passes through 5 to 8 middlemen. This results into post-harvest losses of up to 40% and also added logistic cost. We at S4S aim to provide quality, reliability and affordability of food ingredients to our customers. S4S is building world's first food procurement and processing platform operated by 100% women entrepreneurs. Using United Nations award-winning solar power technology, our women entrepreneurs procure agri-produce and convert it into value-added food ingredients at the farm gate. We as a S4S aggregate this produce, do a quality check and supply to food industry. By doing so, we cut down post-harvest losses, logistic cost and middleman margin, creating up to 45% gross margins for S4S. Currently, we are supplying into two categories: processed fruits and vegetables, in which we do onion, ginger, garlic in a dehydrated format, and processed grains and pulses, in which we do dal, protein powders, starches and breakfast cereals. In these two categories, we supply from seasoning to soup and also from protein powder to seasoning bases. Our products are free from chemicals and preservatives. They have 1 year of a shelf life and they retain highest nutrition in the world. Currently, we are processing 25,000 of fruits and vegetables annually. Our annual run rate is $4 million US. Over 500 women entrepreneurs are working with us and we help them to double their annual profits. At the same time, we are saving over 100,000 tons of CO2 every year through clean technology. We are already supplying our food ingredients to multinationals like Sodexo, Nestle and Marico, supplying total 25,000 tons of food ingredients every year. These companies are using our products to make their final branded food products. We supply our food ingredients to over 800 customers today. And looking at this expansion of demand, we plan to reach ARR of 40 million, that is growing 10x in next 18 months. On the farmer hand side, we plan to reach to 2,000 women entrepreneurs in next 18 months to fulfill the orders of our current demand. We invite you to join our scale-up journey of building clean and sustainable food processing platform that makes good food for customers and livelihood options to rural women entrepreneurs.
Cellular Labs is an India-headquartered, iconic, global agri-supply chain company founded in 2016. We use digital tools such as AI and deep learning to monitor the quality and to grade fresh produce like fruits and vegetables and few spices and nuts as well. We are passionate about bringing transparency in the fresh fruit agri-supply chain, and we intend to do this by standardizing quality of fresh produce. Through our technology, we have two key objectives: enable fair trade and reduce food loss. Today, Fresh produce quality has no objective standards or definitions, and there are no tools to measure the quality or freshness objectively either. In most places around the world, and not just in India, this is done manually, and the definitions vary from place to place. At Intello Labs, we have developed a new language for evaluating fresh produce quality. Using image-based cutting-edge artificial intelligence, we have been able to bring standardization to the quality assaying and remove manual dependency and subjectivity in the grading. Over the past 2 years, our computer vision team has processed over 200 million images, making it the largest database used for training a machine learning algorithm. We are processing around 500,000 images daily in real time from across the globe. Our technology is mobile-based, as well as it can get embedded with any hardware, which means it is usable at various stages of the food supply chain, such as farms, mandis, pack houses, distribution centers, retail stores, fulfillment centers, and so on and so forth. This also means that our users include everyone from SME wholesaler to a large retailer, from a grower and aggregator to large e-commerce companies selling fresh produce across the world. We have developed a product suite to address quality assaying needs for end-to-end supply chain from farmers to retailers. With our technology, our enterprise clients have been able to procure right quality produce at the right price and have been able to monitor the quality end-to-end within their own supply chain. This has resulted in reduction of their customer returns by 50%, which is a massive impact on their customer acquisition costs and NPS. They are able to deliver a high quality food to their consumers. We have also been able to digitally enable fair price trade between farmers and traders at the production market with those at the consumption markets. This has been possible through our quality assaying technology platform, which they can now freely access. It is called Praman, which is our market linkage trading platform. Today, we have more than 5,000 suppliers and 1,500 buyers connected on our platform, and we have helped them trade over 60,000 tons of fresh agri-produce over the last 6 months.
At GROW, our mission is to inspire and accelerate extraordinary founders developing technology solutions that deliver positive impact for both people and the planet. Our final segment of the evening focuses on one of the most important links in this value chain, the farmers themselves. With an estimated 500 million households and upwards of 2 billion people, smallholder farmers make up a significant percentage of the global agricultural workforce. By definition, most small-scale farmers cultivate less than 5 acres of land and subsist on less than $2 a day. The bottom of the pyramid has been ignored for far too long, and we're thrilled to include in our portfolio several companies actively working to rectify that.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Iaro and I'm a co-founder and CEO of Rubilabs. Our mission is to improve the lives of livestock farmers by providing access to quality and affordable animal vaccines and other veterinary products. Every year in Africa, over 280 million livestock die from easily preventable diseases, costing the African agricultural sector over $4 billion annually. There are over 20 million farmers in Nigeria with this major challenge. However, 95% of these losses can be averted by access to quality product. So this is where Rubilabs comes in. We operate micro-fulfillment centers across the country where we aggregate vaccines and other veterinary products. Farmers can simply walk in and purchase what they need or request for a product. Our nearest fulfillment center processes the order and we deliver the products. On the other side of the business model, we use a combined scale of our farmer network to ensure farmers have access to technical training, livestock extension services. And we also created a new reliable sales channel for agri-produce, which farmers can utilize to sell their products directly to the market. So how do we make money? We make money from long-term relationships with frequent transactions. We earn revenue from vaccines and other vet products sold. We earn loyalty from our free education and extension services. And through this business model, we are able to build a strong profit margin while also passing on significant savings directly to farmers. To date, we have registered over 6,000 farmers on our platform, and we have delivered over 100,000 doses of vaccines and more than 25,000 other products through the Rubilabs network. As a result, we have seen our revenue grow by more than 300%, and our farmers have been able to increase their flocks and revenue by more than 50%, with animal mortality dropping from over 75% on average to less than 5%. By many estimations, the market in Africa is worth over $8 billion. Right now, we are focused on Nigeria, but we have plans to expand into Kenya, Ghana, and Rwanda in the coming years. Our target over the next 5 years is to be able to build a network of 1,000 vet shops and to be able to impact 1 million farmers. We are now raising $1 million in order for us to scale our growth and impact across Nigeria. Proceeds will be used to expand inventory financing, staff hiring, technology development, and marketing. My own background is in medicine, and we have a strong local team in place. And together, we are moving Rubilabs to the next level. If you are interested in coming on board with us, to work with us, and to help us scale, please do reach out to me. Thank you very much.
My name is Mark Jeanette. I'm a co-founder and chief scientist of Viridis RS. We want to give you an update on what we've been working on. My PhD research was focused on India, and working with the farmers there, it was clear that data is key to addressing their needs. Data is needed to provide farmers with loans, insurance, and farming advice on pests and disease. The data that's interesting is what the farmers are growing, how much yield they're getting, and what problems they're seeing during the season. The current solution, provided mostly through satellite data, isn't accurate or reliable enough to address those needs. Two farmers in one village next to each other may have a 10x difference in yield. Also, if you're an insurance company, you can't say you don't know how much insurance to pay a customer just because it's been too cloudy out. On the left, a typical satellite image can't distinguish between two small farm fields. And on the right, the cloud cover during the Indian monsoons blocks satellite views during much of the season. This is why we're building a multi-platform data collection service using light aircraft like the Cessna 172 as our primary collection tool. Because airplanes can fly higher, farther, and faster than commercially available drones, it's actually cheaper to collect data over a large area using light airplanes. The aim is for farmer-level data that is accurate and low cost. The airplanes are our primary tool, but we're taking advantage of drones and satellites as well when they provide the most benefit. We are currently collecting detailed data on over 500 farms in Uganda with help from One Acre Fund, an agriculture NGO. We're flying the camera once a week for the entire growing season and are in the process of analyzing the aerial data against the high-quality ground truth data from our agriculture partners. We expect to finish this by the end of the year. Based on this data, we will develop services for insurance companies, banks, and agricultural companies to help them service smallholder farmers better. For example, right now, insurance companies can only offer insurance products at the village level to smallholder farmers. Because the yields vary so much between the farms, the individual farmers that lose a crop may not be paid if other farmers in their village have had a better harvest. This does happen, and is the reason why individual level data is badly needed. What does that data look like? Insurance companies want to know what crop the farmer is growing, how healthy the crop is, and what's the estimated yield at the end of the season. We have a strong leadership team that covers both business and technical areas. Once we have preliminary results from the study, we plan to raise money to develop services and conduct more studies for different crops and in other locations. We've had a lot of support along the way. Special thanks to GROW, the MIT Delta V program, and AIM. Thank you very much. Please contact us if you're interested and would like to hear more.
Hi, I'm JT Solis, the co-founder and CEO of Mayani. We have the vision of building a sustainable agricultural supply chain in the Philippines through tech. In the context of the Philippines, agriculture is in a very dismal shape. It's fragmented, we have lots of middlemen, but not a lot of data. This has created the following consequences. 1, limited market access for over 10 million smallholder farmers. 2, outrageously high post-harvest loss that is twice the global average. And 3rd, a very unreliable supply chain for buyers. What we did was to build an ag e-commerce platform that can fully unlock the 9 billion Philippine agri-supply chain industry by consolidating production at scale, optimize the distribution path to market, and digitizing it end-to-end. In so many levels, we did spark a tech revolution and disrupted the agri-supply chain for the better. Not only did we tackle its fundamental problems, we also expanded our impact reach across different farmer groups in the rural economy. And all of these things have contributed to us being ahead of the curve in the Philippine agtech space. We already work with the 28,000 strong smallholder farmers across 3 regions in the country, and we already power the agri-supply chains of the biggest B2B clients, the likes of Shell, top supermarket chain Robinsons, and even the Global Civic Association, Rotaract. What brings us tremendous energy into this is our social impact creation as a multiple of our robust commercial traction. Our farmers have already experienced a 50% attributable rise in income, with about 38% women farmers' participation in our network. That's at least 15% higher than the 23% participation rate cited by the Philippine Statistical Authority. We are also able to capture and recapture value from an otherwise very waste-heavy supply chain by reducing post-harvest loss by at least 20%. Our unfair advantage draws from these 3 things. 1, our solid partnership with DTI Grab and top B2B customers, which gives us robust unit economics. 2, our massive 28,000 strong farmers network with clear quantifiable impact. And lastly, a scalable platform that digitizes the supply chain end-to-end. Even from a macro standpoint, e-commerce is seen to explode even faster the next 5 years, a fact that is reinforced by us being the only ag e-commerce platform partner of the Philippine Department of Trade, as we provide continuity in that supply chain amidst the lockdown. All of these things are driven by a leadership team with over 100 years of road-tested experience in e-commerce, agriculture, trading and distribution, and software engineering. I used to be VP of the Philippines' leading e-com logistics app, Send, handling the likes of Carousel, Nestle, and 7-Eleven, while our executive chair, Jeff, has scaled trading companies in Southeast Asia. We also have Ochi, our co-founder and chief farmer with over 30 years of experience in natural and organic farming. We are also strategically guided by a global board of advisors that includes Silicon Valley technopreneurs, ADB expert, a Lazada COO, even the former Secretary of Agriculture himself, Tito Lorenzo. Our coalition of global VCs and regional backers is led by AgFunder, along with ADB, co-founder of Plug and Play, Buco Ventures, the retail giant Walter Mart, as well as impact investors from World Bank IFC and Philippine media giant GMA7. We are now 70% done with our seed round raise of $1.2 million. So if you're interested in completing the balance and redefine the future of agri-food today, feel free to get in touch with us.
Well, there you go. Those were the fantastic teams of the GROW Impact Accelerator 2021. To recap, we started off looking at the developments in the alternative protein space, and then we ventured into the future of farming across land and sea. We explored climate-smart foods and also solutions to combat food waste, and ended with the solutions to enable smallholder farmers. So I hope you've enjoyed today and that what you've seen has piqued your interest to find out more. As mentioned, you can find all the information from the companies you've seen today on the Demo Day platform by the QR code, and if you're tuning in virtually, you can click on the link that you now see. On the platform, you find out information about the founders, you can connect them directly, and also you'll be able to watch the replays of the pitches you saw today. Once again, to the startups, I'd like to congratulate you for all that you've achieved within the last 5 months. Thank you for sharing your entrepreneurial journey with us and also trusting us. It's been an incredible few months with you, and we can't wait to see the mark that you make within our sector. Now I'd like to thank the GROW team. Running an accelerator is hard, it's heavy lifting, and you lift heavy. I want to thank you for working tirelessly over the last 20 weeks to make this a positive experience for all our startups. So to Christine and Michael all the way in Australia, to John and V, who you saw on the stage, Angela Tay over there, and Cassidy Clark in the control booth, who was the mastermind of today's event. To our coaches, Peter Crane, Mohit Purby, William DeVos, Bernadette Ho, Derek Estrop, Eugene Chang, and John Dawson. Thank you for going the extra mile and always keeping that smile. I'm very proud to see how our collective efforts have come together to really support these teams to be successful in their business, but also in life. And lastly, this venue, it's quite incredible. So for those watching in, if you haven't been here, of those who might eventually come to Singapore when restrictions eases, do check out the Wild Rice Theatre and the incredible team here that has been really supportive. Applications for the GROW Impact Accelerator is now open for next year. So if you'd like to see yourself on this stage or on that screen, follow us on LinkedIn and visit us on our website. We'll love to hear from you. Again, congratulations to our teams. From us here at GROW to you watching, congratulations, thank you, good night, stay safe.